Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Hey, listen. Guys, I got a banger video here with Robert. I think his name's Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, basically describing the next bank to fail, which I don't think a lot of people know about. Two, why it's seeming like hedge funds are smart today, guys. We traded sideways. They put everything they could to hold back again, another squeeze moment. Everybody saw they pop, we reviewed it on the charts. But what are we trading? Slightly positive after a whole day, a second day of sideways trading. Oh, it's getting detrimental. Guys, they're exhausted. But nonetheless, let's catch in this video. Like I said, I got some keynotes things to show you at the end of this. Let's get down to it.
That seems to show there's none of that anxiety going on. Looking like a positive month for the markets as well. And along comes our friend Robert Kiyosaki here to say March might be going out like a buying lion, but that doesn't mean April will come in like one, or at a minimum finish the same way. Robert, you're not buying this comeback, are you?
No, I mean, you know, Neil, all these years you've been in my corner. I've been saying this is trash, and all they're going to do is print more of this, which makes it worse. That's the problem. So we're going to print more. So I'm very concerned. You know, the 60-40 thing about 40% stocks, 60% stocks, 40% bonds. The problem is the bond market. That's my concern.
Got it. For those of you who only listen on radio right now, Robert was just holding up a CNBC mug when he was saying it was trash. No, he was referring to currency, the dollar. So you don't think that's the future, right? I mean, and that's the problem. And you've been sort of saying, all right, park it in something that has some tangible value. So break that down what you like.
I'll break that down. XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, gold, silver. Did I mention XRP? Okay, all right.
Well, I don't like to invest in anything they can print, and they can print this here, and so I stay away from anything like that. As you know, I've been on your program for years. So this here is a Kennedy half dollar, 1964. It's worth $10 today because it was pure silver back then, and also in '64 this went from a silver certificate to a Federal Reserve note. And most people don't know what that means. It means they're going to print as much as they like to pay your bills. That'd be like you paying your bills just by writing bad checks. We'd go to jail for doing what the Fed and the Treasury are doing.
Well, let me ask you a little bit about that, because a lot of people have been waiting for their ship to come in with some of these precious metals and gold and silver, and they've been certainly percolating of late. I mean, gold and silver, teasing that $2,000 level, had a great year.
I just bought a new blicky.
It never seems to last, or of late it never seems to last. Why are you convinced this time will be different?
Well, because, you know, again, thank you all this time. I talked about Lehman Brothers when it crashed. I mean, I was talking about what's his name? Swiss Bank, Deutsche Bank. But the biggest bank that's going to go down is Bank of Japan. Because the Bank of Japan, carrying the interest rates at, what, 0 or whatever they did, financed the derivatives markets.
Now, I didn't even know about this here.
The derivatives market, you know, as Warren Buffett said about derivatives, they're weapons of mass financial destruction. And the derivatives
I'm talking about.
In the world today, financed by the Bank of Japan, is a quadrillion.
Well, you know, but stop what you're saying there, because a lot of it, you're a genius, Robert, but it takes a while for me just to catch up with you. But you're talking Bank of Japan isn't like Chase or Wells Fargo or Citigroup. It is their central bank. And Japan, it actually is a combination of their treasury as well. If that goes belly up, I mean, that is a huge deal. Now, they've been dealing with 0 rates and virtually no inflation. That seems to be ending.
But as we know, guys, just keep in mind, one, this is the global collapse. Secondly, don't think America's the only one frauded up. There are a lot of countries that are frauded up. China, fraud city. Japan probably got a lot of fraudulation going on there as far as loans, bad bets, bad loans, all that stuff.
They could be reversing that. But why is this such a doomful call?
Well, because the Bank of Japan has been financed in derivatives. Derivatives are a $250 billion. I mean, a quadrillion. That's 1,000 trillion. Quadrillion is 1,000 trillion. So we haven't seen the crash coming yet. So that's why I've been saying,
we've been dealing this with more than a decade, right? A decade and a half now, when it hasn't happened.
Well, it's been going on since 1944. There's a thing called, when we became the reserve currency of the world, you know, this was called
but I'm
Chiffin's
talking about
dilemma.
Japan and this phenomenon going on there.
Right.
That it would have evidenced itself earlier, wouldn't it?
Well, it takes a while for an earth. You know, the San Andreas Fault still sits there.
True.
Which will mean California falls into the ocean if that happens. But I'd rather not live on the San Andreas Fault right now. That's all I'm saying.
So what do you see happening? Spell it out. I mean, you obviously aren't buying this comeback, whatever we want to call it, in the markets or stabilizing on this bank thing. You don't think we're over those bank problems, right?
No. And this, you know, people for years, you know, since 2008, interest rates have been dropping, and all of a sudden the interest rates are going up. Powell has raised interest rates faster than any time in history. So somebody says, well, he's playing Volcker. Well,
guys, they got shredded up in that. Like, you'll see how he describes again. This is why I keep saying this is worse than 2008. One credit crisis is starting to spin off and start as well now. But Paul Volcker was, he'll describe. We got some stuff to talk about.
Volcker raised interest rates over years. Powell's doing it over months. So he's crushing it right now. And so I'm just saying, you know, this idea of don't fight the Fed and all that, I think that's old advice. I would stay with gold and silver. This little 64 Kennedy $half is worth $10 today because it's real silver. And that's what I've been saying for years. You've allowed me to say it. I've been Chicken Little or Paul Revere for all these years, but I'd still rather have gold than this stuff.
So when you look at what's happening now, a lot of people say we dodged a Lehman moment. We dodged, you know, a meltdown.
Gold's gonna run.
We put it off a little bit. Is that the gist of what you're saying?
I'm about to get ready to purchase me some next month.
The problem with Americans is, you know, we live in a fishbowl. We can't see out. Everybody can see in. And right now, the BRICS, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, they're going to shift to the Chinese gold yuan. And that's going to send trillions of these things back to us. You know, Triffin's dilemma was we had to put all of this money out there.
And this is what's going on right now in America.
So they could buy
this is
oil
the shift.
And something like this. But China's coming after us, man. China's coming after us. You know, Jim Rickard said it best. He calls it a currency war. A currency war. And so that's why I'm very concerned. And, you know, I appreciate always the time you give me to be Chicken Little or Paul Revere.
No. You called a lot of things very accurately. And I think that people should hear what you have to say. I mean, we tried, just as we tried with every Republican to get a Democrat on this show and every bull to get a bear, everyone who loves stocks to contrast that with someone like in your case who does not. And let our viewers decide. But your history and your record and your iconic Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know, history warrants paying attention to you. So, Robert, always good seeing you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Boom. All right. So, guys, just some key notes here, guys. One, I want y'all to look at this chart here. And like I said, I've side noted. Guys, shorts are exhausted. Shorts are exhausted. They have nothing to use. Look at how these things are breaking out in the morning. Look, this is our sell pressure, obviously, day traders and shorts. It hit a certain point, 480, and look at this thing. It starts to melt upwards before getting shorted again, just to still end up back where they tried to stop it from in the first place. It's repeated those patterns over and over again. Look how many times it's tried to snatch out. That's when they tried to come with the Amazon thing. Guys, they are on their knees. We got shorts by the complete nut of nuts right now. Cost to borrow, 341%. That's 200. Matter of fact, I got a chart over here. Here we go, right here. New record. Cost to borrow, 341%. That's 200 of the 500 million supposed only shares. It's only 500 million. So they're saying 200 million of those are short on loan. But we own 90% of the float. And institutions own 10%. You make those numbers make sense. We're at 100% utilization. And the short score right now, as far as the short squeeze, is 90, guys. Amy is bubbling up and bubbling over. Stonko Tracker, still sitting on that sweet goose egg. Say hello. Guys, they are on their knees. Today should have been a snatch out. I want y'all to go look at the chart and look at how many times between yesterday, pre-market, and today did that thing poop before being a ladder attack with a few little shares they got to just quench it down a couple cents. They're fighting over pennies right now just to even save on the back end of out of the money calls. Skloop. Take a look. Look at this here. They just rolled there. Hey, today at the end of this close, they're going to have to go ahead and eat that one. They're going to have to eat that 144,000. Look at this. Coming in on the 6. They're taking L's all the way through. 490 to 106, 164. And the scariest part about it, guys, is they got a whole month to sit here and try to survive, and they on their last leg today. Like, what can they utilize? The money's falling apart. The real shit is occurring, guys. XRP, crypto. This is not a drill. The time is now. The bricks are underway. They are moving literally together. They have already created and are shipped into the Chinese, like you said, the Chinese gold yuan. They're already building an oil facility. I think it's I forgot what it was. It was a $4 billion, $140 billion, or $8 billion oil facility between Russia and China. That is going to send this dollar to where it's been the whole time, like I've been saying. When they start backing my gold, I always said, what makes it not monopoly money? What makes it not monopoly money if it's not backed by anything? Well, guess what? It's only worth as much as the people that use it think it's worth. This is fiscal. This has no value behind it. Once that realization happens, some doom's going to come in. That's why we're even in this now trying to stagger cash it. But again, like I said, you need to be listening out your moves. I just took 4 Jezebels and put that into the safe in crypto and in certain stocks like Tesla, Nvidia, VTI. Guys, we've got them on their knees. This is getting wicked. I don't see how they can go through another week like this. This is not strength. Look at this now. This is 2 days now. Matter of fact, call it 3 days. Since from when it started snatching, they've been doing everything they have had to keep us at the same, still at the same point. To be in the same, we've been sideways trading. They're exhausted. They have nothing. There's no shares. Cost of borrow is getting stupid. Banks, these small banks, which they've been nailing to get loans, are going down. They don't have time for that. And now we're hearing Bank of Japan is a 4 quadrillion in debt or something like that. How do you even do that? He said that's 100 trillions. Hey guys, listen. Stay sturdy, stand tight. Like I said, hey, we're going to bring something back tomorrow. If some more news pops out, guys, we're sitting here on the bus right now with it. I've got my seat. Everybody's got their ticket. This is what we came and fought for. Guys, you can smell a squeeze. You can smell a squeeze. And this isn't even a thing like it don't take a brain scientist. This is why when everybody's like, well, the technical is a little bit off. Yeah, because, guys, this is not a technical play. I don't know why people sit up there and only use technical analysis. Y'all have to go by what's going on. This was not a technical play. It's not a fundamental play. Go by what's going on. If there's no money, and the money was what was allowing them to beat us, guess what that means? They lose. Which is why you're seeing this here. This is, look. Boop. They've been spending all this to keep us at the exact same level we've been trading at. I want to see you next week. I want to see you next week. Hey, everybody, listen. Stay up. Get ready. Hey. She wanted to do it today. Like I expected. Look at this. Boop, 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 boop. She wanted to do it today. She wanted to do it today. They're exhausted. Then they have to go through this whole weekend. They're going to try to shuffle things around. There's nothing to shuffle around. Come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, starting in April, they're already taking losses on puts. Oh, God. Out of the money? Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, let's get it. Hey, retail, can y'all smell it? Somebody tell me if you smell it. Can you smell it? Let's get it, baby. Hey, yes, sir. Hey, we'll catch up with y'all next video, baby. Yeah.